Hello and welcome to ActiveNet Insights. Today I'm really pleased to be joined by Katie and Lindsay. Katie and Lindsay have done some work in the past that you've all seen and is going to do something new for the future. But put some context on this first. ActiveNet's really important to us, and our CPD at ActiveNet is really vital to making sure that all of our delegates go away with something in their head, something to think about, something to do different about. And what we're going to do this year is about making wellbeing our goal. So we're going to be talking about wellbeing in our workforce, wellbeing in our communities, and wellbeing in our facilities. And we've got some really exciting news for our session that we're running on the 23rd of March at Eastwood Hall. So, Lindsay, can I turn to you? What are you doing with the Fitness and Active Leisure Workforce State of Mind survey this year?
So this is the second year that we're going to be running the survey. So we had over 1,140 actually people participate last year in 81 organisations. So this year we're running it again. So as the name suggests, we often talk about consumers and focusing on them, but this is really about understanding how the workforce are. They're the people that deliver the product. They're the people that we need to get us out strongly from the pandemic. So this is understanding where we are now, what's working, where action is needed. But of course, what's really exciting for this year is that we've got last year's data to compare with. So we're really excited to see what the state of mind is in the sector for this year.
Okay, it's something that's really close to my heart. We did as LeisureNet, we joined the Good Work Pledge. We used the
thank you for that
that you provided as a result of us doing the survey. And the survey was really useful in the first place because it just got the team thinking about actually how they felt in a different environment, because they were not coming into the office, they were working from home, we were doing remote stuff, etc. And of course, I'm a trustee of CIMSPA, and workforce is CIMSPA's mantra. That's what we do. That's how we make a difference. So how are you being supported by the sector this year? What's happening to help you promote the survey and get as many people to complete it as you can?
Well, we are delighted that CIMSPA have again supported this piece of work. We are doing it independently. We think that's important, that it's an independent piece of work, but CIMSPA have been with us from the beginning and we're very grateful. But we're also really grateful that we've got two sponsors this year to support Katie and I in doing the work. So big shout out and thank you to myzone and ActiveIQ for stepping up and supporting this work. I think, you know, on behalf of the sector, thank you. Katie and I did it all pretty much pro bono last year, so this really helps us to step up, and we've got some exciting things happening this year. So as last year, we've got two surveys happening, so one for individuals and one for employers. So the idea is that we understand and can compare and contrast those two perspectives. So we're trying to get a really big picture of understanding. So if you work in the sector, we would love to hear from you. Please take part. It's completely anonymous. None of your answers, we would know that they are from you. And same with employers. So last year we heard from 81 employers. We'd love to hear from more. It's a really important part of the work to understand what it's like for employers and what they think they're doing well and where they would need help.
Okay, it's really positive. ActiveIQ and myzone have both been really good supporters of ActiveNet. Actually, I think they've both been to all of the events that we've run, so that's really positive.
Yeah, we're incredibly grateful to them.
No, it does make a really big difference, doesn't it? LeisureNet's work around surveying has been also supported by ActiveIQ, to be fair. They've been really good. So, and
also thank you to you for championing us and giving us platforms like this. You've supported us all the way along as well, so thank you. Well, we appreciate that.
It's really important to us, Lindsay, in not only what I do with CIMSPA, but me as an individual to support what goes on in the sector. So there's no thanks required. So just talk about ActiveNet. You're going to be part of the CPD panels. So what is it that you're going to do at ActiveNet? What are you going to provide?
So the results will be hot off the press.
Right.
So we will be sharing with people the headlines. The report will be available forever. You know, what we're really trying to do is deliver value to the sector, not just data, but insight that people can act on. And because, as I said, we've got a benchmark last year, we also made some recommendations last year. So we'll be looking at them and seeing how far we've come and looking at the new data. So if people are at ActiveNet, they're going to hear it first. And obviously there'll be an opportunity to ask questions. Katie and I will be at ActiveNet, so we're really keen to chat to people and understand. As ever, the research is a part of the conversation, but there's so much more to go around it. So I think it'll be absolutely fascinating this year, but ActiveNet is where it's going to be. And then obviously we'll be sharing stuff, and the report will be downloadable from the website. So this is really about giving that data free at the point of need to support the survey and help the sector to develop.
Fantastic. So we'll help support as always. So at the post that we put out on this, there's all of the links to the survey and how people can get involved. But Katie, give us a bit more insight as to how you're supporting the sector to deliver this, and how you want to encourage people to take part.
I mean, as Lindsay's already said, the good news this year is that people know what we're doing because we did it last year. So at this point in time last year, we were still very secret squirrel. So we didn't actually announce the launch of the survey until the survey launched. So this year we've had time to obviously prepare, to get some sponsors behind us, and to do some to prepare some materials that will help the sector to help us get the news out there. So the survey goes out on Monday, so Monday the 17th, from hopefully first thing in the morning, but for the very latest 10 o'clock in the morning, people will be able to go onto our website and take part in the survey, both the employer survey and the individual survey. So they will be live from Monday the 17th, and that will stay live until mid-February. 17th of February is when at the moment we're planning to close the survey, and we very much hope that this year, having the time that we've had to be able to talk about it like this ahead of the survey being launched and be able to get the sponsors behind us and CIMSPA's buying again, we're very much hoping that with all of that and last year's work, there will be more people aware of what we're doing, and therefore hopefully we'll get even more engagement than we got last year. So to help the industry, to encourage people to take part, whether you're an employer or an individual, we will be providing some additional materials this year. So from Monday the 17th, when the survey launches, if people go onto our website, there will be an area on there where they can download free materials to help them promote to their networks and their communities. So there'll be things like the press release that has gone out actually today, informing the media that we're launching on Monday, will be on there. So if people want to include details in newsletters, internal comms about what we're doing, they'll be able to use the press release to get the information they need to make that possible. We'll be doing some template emails, so if people have internal email systems that they want to send out to staff, that will be available. We've done posters, and we've tried to use a range of graphics to engage the people that are relevant to individual networks. So we've got old people, young people in a variety of job roles on those posters. You can pick and choose what you need, and we've also going to provide some social media tiles as well that people can just hopefully share the importance of participating in the survey across their social channels. And obviously we're very happy for people to do their own thing as well. Don't be limited by what we're providing. They are meant as an additional resource, but obviously this piece of work is only successful if the sector is behind us. And last year the sentiment was amazing, so we are quite confident that this is something that the sector does buy into, that the sector does value. But the value is only going to be there if we get great representation from across the whole sector. So whether people are employed, self-employed, whatever line of work they're in, whether they're a lifeguard, a receptionist, a CEO of business, we want to hear from them. If they're working in fitness and active leisure, at a leisure centre, in the private sector, it doesn't matter. We want to hear from them. And also suppliers, we talk very much as if it's, there's a danger that people think it's just operators. It's not, it's suppliers. So if you've got a marketing company and you're supplying to the sector, we want to hear from you as well. Right. Everybody and anybody. As Lindsay said, just over 1,000 individual responses last year. We believe that we can go beyond that this year. And again, on the employer side, we'd like to engage more employers because the more people involved, the more value this has for everybody.
No, absolutely.
And after all, we all have mental health. We all have mental health, like we all have physical health. And so this is really our way of understanding the mental health of the workforce. And nothing could really be more important, I think, at the moment, because we have had such an interesting couple of years. So, we really we want to hear from everyone from the CEO to apprentices. Please tell us how you feel and what's happening for you. Brilliant.
And from LeisureNet's point of view, as a microorganism, a micro-organisation that works within the sector, we've changed the way we do things. We've added additional support to our teams. We've reduced some of our costs because by having this conversation, our team's told us about actually working from home really works for us. We don't need the office space that we've got, so we've rented out half the office, etc. So it's been really positive from an organisational point of view and from a colleague point of view. Have you had any other stories from any other organisations that took part? Maybe a little bit to whet people's appetite around maybe the changes they put in place as a result of doing the survey?
Yeah, I think very interestingly, a couple of employers that I spoke to, the survey is anonymous, so they spoke to me, I should say they spoke to me about it, it wasn't that I knew, said that even just the process of taking part in the survey helped them understand. They thought they were in one place and actually they took the survey and went, oh, okay, perhaps what I think we're doing is not perhaps where we should be, and it helped them understand that there was a wider conversation to have and there were things to do differently. I think when we talk about mental health, a lot of organisations feel a little bit unsure, they're not sure where to start, and the process of taking part can help people to sort of understand that landscape, not to be afraid of it, and to embrace things like the Good Work Pledge. The Good Work Pledge is a set of 6 mental health core standards that are government backed, that we launched to help people, on the back of last year's survey results, help organisations to develop their approach to workforce mental health. So we hope our research is deeply practical. We want it to be practical, and then we have the tools to help people make some of those changes, because one size doesn't fit all. As your, you know, what your organisation needs and another organisation needs will be very different, and that's what we've heard from people, is this is a fantastic starting point, and then you can take from it what you will. So we'll continue to provide both that insight and some of the key tools to help people on that journey.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you. Well, I'm really looking forward to the 23rd of March when we deliver this. You guys will be up on stage sharing the results. We'll obviously share it all through social media throughout the day as well, so people can pick that up. And if people are interested, we'll have some links on this post so that people can get to your website, can sign up for the survey and can support you. Katie, Lindsay, thank you so much for being part of ActiveNet.
Thank you, Dave.
It's a really valuable insight as to how we can make wellbeing our goal, which is obviously our theme. I'm really looking forward to seeing you both. So thanks for your time. Take care, and we'll catch up soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.